As for those of you who are just joining us, it is game number 1 in the upper bracket round 2 of M80 versus Hokori here. Though both teams very, very good performance earlier today. See if they can keep it going. Smoke's
Heroes running into each other. Did not get to place the ward he was hoping for.
Dude, the teleport scroll has a hat on it, man. No way.
It's going to give him away when he pretends to just be a regular moving teleport scroll.
Do you think the tree has a hat on it?
Yes.
Ah, it does! Oh my goodness. What a grief, actually. That's insane. It's got a tiny little hat. All right.
30 seconds to
go. Dude, that's unironically really bad. That shouldn't happen. He needs to donate his hat to another hero or something immediately.
Yeah, fortunately, we rarely see that nowadays. I feel like when Monkey King first came out, you would see people pretending to be trees in the side lanes because it was just so new. You never had to think about that. But nowadays, I almost never see Monkey Kings just sit and pretend. They mostly just use Mischief to move around and try to dodge things.
Great boundless strike there to grab the rune. That will be 3 for the side of Hokori. Sacred may have bit off a little bit too much on the top side. Saved by Genic. Very good hook. Nice stun though. Body block on Blood Grenade is out. The chase continues. Slardar's in the river though, but it's still enough damage. Hector on the Weaver grabbing first blood. That is pretty massive. Oh, he almost did. He almost threw the blind hook. He thought about it.
It would have been really impactful, but you kind of have to save your mana
exactly.
for the actual lane so that you can miss it afterwards.
It's a really big problem if you miss your first like 2 or 3 hooks. Your game is pretty much a disaster at that point. Mid lane, we'll see how the Ember can do up against the Earthshaker. We saw this matchup earlier. The first few waves are typically Shaker favored, but the Ember can try and manipulate the equilibrium a little bit to give himself some place to farm. But we'll just take a lot of harassment damage from the Shaker. Level 2 for the Enchantress. Sprites are out now. Makes it very easy for her to sustain. You need to be careful, though. Like you said, single Slytherin's crush into a hook is pretty beefy amount of damage. And once Slardar has level 2, he gets his bash online. You could very easily just chase a hero down. Gardic burns down El Misho in the bottom lane. Very cool.
Yeah, the Bat Rider's a tough one to play into. Like, you want to mess up this lane, which so far they've done an okay job. They keep splitting creep waves. But I think you would usually just continue to creep drag, but line's not fast, especially against the Bat Rider and with the carry like Monkey King, who can jump over so quickly with Simian Stride. Yeah. So it's a pretty tricky lane for El Misho. Oh, they got Chain Lightning on Doom, though. That might actually salvage this lane.
Yeah, that's a really big win. Chain Lightning on Doom just usually turns games completely. Hector, top side, gets brought down. Like we said, a lot of damage that comes out from the Slardar. He is very good at dealing with Weaver if he manages to get on top of him early, and Pudge didn't even have to hook for that. They just ran at him.
Yeah, I missed how it started, but I guess Shikuchi, maybe he used it too aggressively. Because as long as you have Shikuchi, I feel like you should be able to get away.
No, he just got like right-click bashed and then crushed, and when he tried to pop the Shikuchi, they had a sentry down.
Gotcha.
And then just killed him in it, like right as he tried to run away. So We'll see, though. He's CSing perfectly fine on the Weaver, so yeah, even though he gives up the death there, he did get first blood. He is top of the CS. I think he's still perfectly happy. I think he's too worried about what's going on with Lumpy in the mid lane, taking a beating here from the Ember Spirit, but gives it right back. See the 4-minute water running in a moment.
This CS is looking a little bit more than what I would expect from this matchup compared to when we saw it earlier today.
This is a really big rotation from the Pudge. He just denies the water rune top. He can go take the bounty rune as well, and Dark Mago gets a full bottle refill. Has double impact here. He can throw it onto Lumpy if he wants. That's what he's trying to get the angle for. They do fort the wave underneath the tower. Enchant coming in as well. And with the chains, they get him on the hook. Yeah, there is no way out of this one for Moose now. This should just be 2 kills into the mid lane. Woo!
Lion's here to help.
Hold on. Slide of Fist. Is it enough? Genic, not quite fast enough to find the Enchantress, as now the tower's going to turn his attention. Hook off the mark. Now Misho will salvage this exchange. Now Dark Mago should get a bottle refill from the Pudge when he comes back into the mid lane, but very nice win for the Ember.
Yeah, that's a huge play. Hitting the hook that matters.
Uh-oh, the slide was off the mark. Does he get the bottle refill?
Yeah, he still passed it off in time.
Did. Okay. Nice fortification there as well, but they tried to make a dive, but yeah, like you said, since they did get the bottle refill, it makes a big difference. Hook off the mark. El Misho with the ankle breaks, but he's getting some help. In comes the Bat Rider. They're tired of letting him get away with this one. Another TP coming in from the Monkey King. They're just fighting mid lane. Screw it, baby. This is a 7-hero mid lane rotation. Now Lumpy trying to hobble his way back to the mid lane tower, but it's not going to happen. Lumiere will clean this up very easily. You lose the Ember, but he will have a TP back into the mid lane, whereas the Shaker will not.
Actually, he lived just long enough that it's about to be up, so the Shaker will be okay to get back. But Ember, from being denied, has now caught back up in XP and is actually ahead. So his level 6 timing is perfectly fine. Looks like he's even going to grab a regen rune, so now you just hit 6, and we can start seeing some of those rotations we were talking about.
They were really hoping to get the long-range hook there. He fully bottled up the Pudge when he TP'd back in, so Pudge can continue to kind of stay off the map, threaten the hook where he can. We haven't really talked about any of the other lanes because everything's been going on here, but top lane Hector on the Weaver, he's still doing pretty good.
Slardar, I'm assuming Doom's at the top.
Yeah, wait. Oh, I guess you did just rotate everyone into the mid lane, right? So Illich had a little bit of time, did go Chain Lightning Mana Boots, so...
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's Chain Lightning.
Yeah.
I think that actually
He's just CSing from downtown.
Yeah, and it's so nice with Gluttony or Devil's Bargain, because if you don't want Arcanes, you just sell them after the laning stage. And when he's
downtown, hook top side, Genic sets it up, and now level 6 on the Slardar. Very scary timing. I like that he's going the max crush build as well. I mean, they have so much vision. Yeah.
Root into hook. It's gonna be so much.
Just force him off completely. Meanwhile, Gardic can mess with this Earthshaker quite a bit here.
Are there any stacks to echo? Oh, they're in the making. Okay.
I was gonna say, I'm really glad Slardar's going the max crush build. I think in most situations, Slardar needs to go max crush and then get a super early shard, and then he can actually just farm creep waves, ancient camps, like anything he sees, like super easily. So not falling for the bait of like max bash. There's the Echo.
A little firework display.
Yeah, falls very low there. Nearly
He's so
dies.
close to dying.
All right.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good stuff there. Massive amount of income going the way of the Shaker off of that. Get him very close to the Blink Dagger. Bottom lane, they get the tower thanks to the Enchantress. So M80's doing a really good job at kind of stabilizing after a little bit of chaos in the mid lane.
Now, this game, the Earthshaker has opted to finish the power treads. In a previous game, we saw like a 9-minute blink, but not this game. He's going for the earlier items. Better buildup of power.
Ooh, good bait top side from Hector. They bring in El Micho as well as Illich and Sacred. They just drop the Doom on him. That will be enough to secure the kill. Very nicely done from M80. Children on Ember mid is pretty big, but he is in very deep. See what they can do here. Gardic not quite level 6, so no lasso available. Dude, El Micho is level 7 after these kills. Rune spawns top. Genic, nice hook onto Illich. They're going to be able to slow him down with a blood grenade as well. Should be a kill, but a really nice Earth Spike. Boundless Strike is out as well. They get it. Disengage for now. The last, or the Dismember actually catching Hector, but he will survive just barely. We're on the side though. Dark Mago needs to be careful. Little dance away. 1 for 1 as 9 heroes show up in the mid lane, trying to give some space to the Slardar. The Ember will TP back with a Remnant.
Nice thing about echoing the stacks that they don't know you used Echo. So
Yeah.
Hokori had to approach that fight carefully because they just don't know whether Earthshaker is going to destroy them all or he's just bluffing. He was just walking in even without Echo.
They are farming quite well on the Monkey King, but all 3 cores on M80 are in really good spots. And Sacred, like I said, he needs the Shard or a Blink Dagger to start getting active, and Slardar is not a super fast farmer without it. Nice hook from Genic in the mid lane, sets up a kill onto the Lion. They get the D-ward as well.
Yeah, that hook, I think is exactly why you want Blink first. You can just Blink hook, and it's going to be so much damage, especially against these squishy supports. And you can get the Shard after that.
Mid tower is gone. Nicely done from Hokori. Quite the effort, right? They've been trying this for a long time to take down this mid tower. They finally get it. And Shaker just about 400 gold off of a Blink Dagger. Have that very soon. Dude, Illich is so farmed. It really has to be Chain Lightning. Because you don't ever go Mana Boots on this hero, but if you get Chain Lightning, you go Mana Boots, right? Like, that's just kind of the rule.
I mean, it's a 4-second ability, 60 mana, 140 damage. It's just, it's so good. Maybe get Sacred.
In some trouble. The drums are coming out. He pops the sprint. Enchant to remove it. Doom. Finger of Death committed. Nice rotation there from M80. I mean, you and I have casted games where the game was decided literally by Doom's like jungle creep in the first like minute. Like it's kind of wild how that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, it's mostly the Chain Lightning too. Chain Lightning strictly dictates how good he is in the lane. Sometimes the mana burn in certain lanes, but there's none as none as polarizing as the Chain Lightning.
He's got the Centaur there to try and slow up this kill. Moo's healing a ton. They even dropped the lasso to guarantee she goes down. It was nice micro there with this Centaur to try and stop this kill.
Prior to the nerfs, maybe she lives, but that is why we see a little less Enchantress.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I think before the nerf, she definitely lives there. Ooh, top lane Elmisho. Needs to be careful. They're actually bringing in Lumiere as well. Boundless Strike's going to connect onto the Doom. Do they find the kill?
Ooh,
again from downtown. They got him, baby. Genic secures another flesh heap for himself.
Radiant are scanning.
He's starting to home in on these hooks. The first
Dire's top tower
the first 10 there was quite a few misses in there, but it was just warm up, you know. Now he's getting the hang of it. Mage Slayer getting close to being done on the Ember. That's gonna be really good for this early game fighting.
That's a
And
battle.
I believe the Blink is on the way for the Slardar. And
This is
Blink
huge.
for Bat Rider too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you actually just got some really big items on the side of Hokori. One's farming, but you have two other really active items now to play around. Did Shaker finish Blink? He did. Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking.
Lion
They
is
just
100
smoked.
gold for Blink.
Wow, this is so many Blinks all coming online together. Scan
Ooh,
connects.
And that's so good. But will they find their target? Doesn't look like it. Just sitting behind this mid-tier 1 tower, and they are going to be very safe there. Really good movements from Hokori, dodging out this gank. They're just not showing on anyone really either. I'll see the Ember Spirit now under a ward. The Radiant actually scanned this out. They know exactly what's going on, and
Oh
no! Oh, the Echo misses, and now Ember Spirit. He lives. They take down the Shaker. They're looking for more. Blinking up onto the high ground as they find moves on the Enchantress. There's no way he makes it out of this one. What broke his... Did something break his blink, or did he just...
I'm not sure. I thought he was far enough away. I wonder if it was on cooldown for just a moment, or maybe it's just one of those... You know, you don't see too many mechanic mistakes from pros, but we're all human. It does happen. And that's a really costly time for that to happen.
I mean, we saw him fissure from Fog. He was smoked up.
I think it
The
must
Ember
have been a misclick or a cooldown thing. That is really unfortunate. That would have been a clean Ember kill, and maybe they get a return kill after that, but at least you would have gotten the Ember kill first.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
That's such a nice hook save, too. All right, well, off of that, we're going to see this Monkey King have a fantastic time just farming up on his way to his Sanj and Yasha. Pretty much a standard build from the Monkey King here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Bottom lane, Slardar is really looking for him. Ooh, just barely off with the crush. Otherwise, K1 would have had a really rough time escaping there. I love it. Just blink right into the shard. It's such a huge power spike for this hero. Both teams are smoking the enemy safe lane.
Oh, they see Earthshaker in the ward. Blink lasso.
He's going to have a hard time getting out of this one. Genic with another hook from downtown. Sleight of fist to finish the job, and guess what? Slardar, he knew something was up. He immediately sprints to the to the mid lane, knowing that they've got to be down here somewhere. They have some wards actually scouting this out now, and Pudge. Uh-oh, Genic. He actually has an Aether Lens. Hook pulls him into the tower, goes for the Dismember with a quick blink stun. Sacred, however, makes his presence known. Trying to find an opening that just quickly clean up Elmisho. As now moves to just blind stun, almost. Instead, they're gonna find themselves a bigger kill. Hector goes down on the Weaver.
Poirier kind of outmaneuvering M80 this game so far. Just a little bit faster on these plays. The wards just in their favor. Oh, you never see. This is hilarious. In the bottom tier 2, that little ledge where you can put wards. They both have one there. You almost never see that, actually.
That's such
No
a good
wonder why they
spot.
got caught off guard by that. That's such a strange spot to have it.
Gaddock's like, nope. Well, it's a 3,000 gold lead, 6-16. It's not that much gold, right? Like, this is super recoverable. You have a Doom and a Weaver that are farming very well. We'll see how much he can actually contribute, but Slardar comes through the gate top, just gets immediately doomed. The Wukong's command is out. A very nice boundless strike into the hook. Good by El Micho. They take down the Doom, and Slardar, he's going to tick down, but they will get their money's worth for that kill. Moose trying to make it out of this one. Absolutely no shot. Double kill for Lumiere.
Fortunately, not very good at doing Roche if Slardar is dead. Otherwise, I think they could get themselves a pretty early Roche.
Yeah, true.
You can maybe still try, but now you gotta head over bottom and wait for Slardar.
They actually have a pretty good Roche lineup, yeah. It's not like a Beastmaster with Aghanim Scepter, but it's still pretty good. Weaver does have his Manta complete, so good dispel for him.
Dire are scanning.
Oh, just deletes Lumpy.
Far.
Yeah, goodbye. This is where Slardar just is king of the map. Blink Crush with having the like Corrosive Haze apply first is so much damage.
Off of that,
Radiant's
might get an early mid tower. Just killing centaurs in front of their base.
Yeah. Now amplify damage should make it pretty easy for them to clean up this mid tower. You are gonna lose the catapult though. See how much they decide to stick around. Monkey King has a Sanj and Yasha. What do you think he goes next? Is it just BKB? Yeah, it looks like it.
There's a lot of control from the side of M80, especially the Earthshaker in line. You need to be able to fight. So some status resistance from the Sanj and Yasha, and then the BKB, of course. I think it makes sense.
Quick shard goes to Gardic. Little unfortunate since this is not a core bat rider, so it is not bad, right? It's not the worst shard. If he's like just one-on-one against a support, he can build up a ton of napalm stacks right away, but
Blood shard is so much better though.
yeah, Blood shard is absurd. Just the reduced cooldown alone is really good.
Yeah, you see him, he immediately buys the shard. He was saving the money, he had a blink queued up, and that's where RNG comes into play in Dota. If it goes to the Pudge, suddenly you have blink shard online in the next couple minutes.
Oh, really nice Manta dodge there. Saw that one coming. Now, they are smoked up on the side of M80. The blink, the Echo just one-shots Gardic, takes him out the hook, however, grabbing the Enchantress. Can they find more? Boundless Strike from Lumiere does connect. They have the vision. Wukong's command onto 3. It's now El Micho trying his best to get to safety, but surrounded by the big boys of Hokori. There's so much diving potential from these heroes. You have, you know, multiple Blink Daggers. You have just Monkey King innately, and now Pudge, who of course just has a hook from downtown.
A lot of these fights, Weaver has not been present for, though. So I do want to know what they're like. When is he ready to join? Because right now, like you said, it is just Slardar, Monkey King, Ember, just running in, finding things. Bat Rider, Blink Lasso, eventually the Pudge hooks. Right, they're the ones just chasing for kills. But I do think Weaver, he's been farming, right? He's pretty farmed.
Hector's doing well. He needs the Lincolns this game for sure. Like, it becomes very difficult to play the game if your Weaver like keeps dying without a Lincoln Sphere. Roshan number 1. Gonna go the way of Hokori. Aegis, I think, to Lumiere. Yep. The banana with a bunch of hats on it. Definitely no idea where that is coming from. But another kill here in the mid lane. Enchantress and Hector, he's low on health. Sacred can find him, and he does. This crush comes out. He has to time-lapse away. Hook off the mark. Dark Mago wants to chase for more. Slight chains connects. He is out of mana, out of resources, and about to be out of life. Found the strike from Lumiere to find the kill. And Slardar, he's running for his life to get away from the rest of M80. He's not going to make it out, but might set up for his team to find another kill.
Gotta be a little careful here. They have all their ults available except the
they
Lion.
do.
That should be his last death before he finishes the Lincolns, and then it'll become a lot harder to kill this Weaver. Not only the protection of the Lincolns, but far more stats for a very squishy hero.
Yeah. Dark Mago has his Sanj and Yasha on the Ember. Not a super common build, but when you have a hero like Slardar giving you so much minus armor, going for more of an auto attack build like makes perfect sense. We're gonna see them find Ooze on the other side of the map. Wukong's command drop. Quick little push back as well from the Batrider, and that is a lot of party hats on those monkeys.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad the soldiers get them. That's super cool.
Top tower is under attack.
They see the Earthshaker. That's a massive kill if they can actually get him. Blink crushes out the hook in. Genic with the full dismember. Lumpy's gonna drop the Echo Slam, but Dark Mago will finish the job.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They are all over the map now. 16 flesh heaps. Am I seeing that right?
Yes, you
That's
are.
a big boy.
Maybe
Sacred in trouble top. Yeah, they should just commit the Doom here. Well, maybe they don't need to, but yeah, there it is. Last second from downtown to secure the kill. They want to make sure he does not slither away.
My deepest sympathies.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Can try and steal the enemy Tormentor. Not the easiest, honestly.
I never noticed they didn't do this. Usually this
Yeah.
is done pretty early with a Weaver.
Yeah, with the Pudge, you can definitely get it. That is massive. Dark Mago getting the shard is nice. Illich, however, comes in, finds the kill on Genic here. Should just get a little bit of an assist. Yeah, quick little dunk from the Earthshaker. I think trading the support life for the enemy Tormentor is pretty worth it as long as you don't lose anything else. Dark Mago pops an Amplify damage rune here. It does see these enemy heroes coming on through, though, so we'll back away, maybe. Let's put another safety remnant. Slardar's coming in aggressively. Nice blink out from Illich. They should survive this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hector's still farming.
Tower is under
On his way to a BKB. Slowly whittling down this top tower. Now Pudge, however, throws the hook. This was the blink reveal just off the mark. El Misho, he's just hanging around, making sure Hector does not get killed.
Round out that point from earlier. That blink just finished around 27 minutes. And if he didn't have to buy his own shard, he probably would have had that around 21, 22 minutes.
Yeah. Mid lane, really nice find from Dark Mago. Wukong's command to find and secure the kill onto Illich. They're maybe hoping to find more, but the physical damage output from these heroes now is ridiculous. Especially since Sacred is closing out on level 18. As soon as the third point in Corrosive Haze is online, it is
Radiant's
real sad to be any hero on M80 that gets caught in a crush.
fallen.
Especially as BKBs get really close to finishing. Right now, you can sometimes interrupt with a stun and hope you get away, but once those BKBs are out, anyone who gets jumped is dead.
Slardar. Oh, so close to the stun. Just barely sees him. But a nice TP out. First Aegis, a lot of value out of this. They pretty substantially built a gold lead, garnered tons of kills, and yeah, your Weaver and Doom are still farming. Despite everything that's been going on, it is 29-11, and the gold lead has barely moved in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, although Hokori, like you said, they did build a lead here. This is the closest game we've had so far. And M80, I'm sure, was happy with avoiding most Roche fights while they had the Aegis. They just had K1 splitting the whole time. I'm wondering if they're going to wait for him to finish the BKB before really starting to do things together. Well, maybe if you find this Ember.
That's a Doom immediately. Genic saves him. He's got the shard out of jail. And now nice Wukong's command dropped here onto 3. They're going to be forced to find an alternate route here as Dark Mago in some trouble, but a nice crush out from Sacred. The fight just going their way. They've lost the Lion. Illich now going to be next. There's no way out of this one. Sacred will easily clean that one up.
What a good save from Pudge.
Yeah. Alma strike
K1?
mid. He's close, but yep, Revenant to finish the job.
This was over before it started.
Oh no. Yeah, 21 charges too, but I guess he didn't want to break his Shikuchi.
Yeah.
I guess you die if you break it, but... Oh, that is painful.
Yeah, that turns this game over. We were saying there has been very little to almost no change in the gold for the last 10 minutes, but suddenly that 6K is 9K and now almost 10K, and your Weaver Doom are off the map for the next 30 to 60 seconds. So this is absolutely one of the best things that could have happened for Hokori. That bottom fight, it was so close to finding a big kill, but Genic with the hook save. Great counter to the Doom. See why they, prioritize picking it as a support.
Yeah, really, I don't think many people expected that Pudge pick, and I really wasn't sure how it was going to play out, but he's doing a great job so far this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Blink Dagger on the Ember as well. It's an unorthodox item, but it is something that Dark Mago builds quite often on this hero. It's definitely like more of a specialist build. You have to be very good. Okay, good by Gardic. Lumpy just dunks on him. But it's definitely something you have to have experience playing around, like the Blink Ember. So Dark Mago goes back for it. See what he ends up doing with it. Daedalus now completed on the Monkey King, though. He is doing a ridiculous amount of damage now.
He has so much initiation from his teammates. He's free to just go straight damage. And Scotty next will be very nice to reduce the healing, but also now finally contribute a little bit of control himself.
Yeah. Slardart is closing out on his 20 talent as well, and that talent is absolutely cracked. So he's been having a really good game, despite being the lowest farmed core, right? Which isn't super surprising against a hero like Doom, but he's had a lot of impact this game. And that level 20 talent's a pretty massive boost in his damage. Long Roche spawn. A little over 2 minutes before that's going to be back up.
Both teams, of course, don't know that, so everyone's gearing up to fight.
Yeah, they're
You
both
see a
smoking.
pretty big... It's funny, whoever wins, they're going to sit in the Roche pit and still continue to wait because this is such a long time.
That scan just barely missed. All right, we're a little bit of ships in the night action here. Both teams just slipping by the other. We'll have to see a little bit of lag, unfortunately. See Weaver reconnect in a moment, but the Dire M80 already have a ward in this bottom high ground, so they actually have a really good amount of vision if the fight happens to break out there. Otherwise, Hokori should have the high ground advantage if it happens in the Dire triangle.
The big win for M80 here, though, is that K1 has pushed this lane into the tower, so neither team knows fully what's going on right now, but as K1 hits this building and nothing is happening, M80 is going to get more information about this.
All right. Looks like we are back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, the smoke. It's going to pop. Genic. He has to know something's up. The blink stun immediately delete him from the fight, and that's a big one. He's the save, but Slardar's going to go and get the 3-hero crush. BKB, goodbye, Lion, looking for more. Gets the lasso, but now Lumpy trying to get away. Has to pop that echo, but it doesn't matter. Dark Mago's chains up the Enchantress. 2 heroes dead so far, and Moose, he's not looking like he's going to last much longer. K1 doing his best here to, I guess, take the enemy tier 3 tower. Almost gets it, but they want to chase. They do not want to let him get away, and Hector forced a time lapse. Jumps back the other way. Gardic gets him with the dust. In comes Sacred. He just needs a nice dismember from Genic to seal the deal. Weaver dead for 70 seconds without buyback.
There's so much control. Weaver has to run from 4 different heroes all set up along the path of where he could time lapse, and Shikuchi too. You just can't get away from this many things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Roche is actually still down, and it looks like they're headed over here. But M80, I think, will respawn in time to fight, unless someone is in the pit the entire time waiting to see it spawn. And you start right away before Weaver can get close.
Yeah, he's got his crush damage talent now. You're gonna have a rough time as a support. This crush does like 600 damage. It is
yeah,
so
when
ridiculous.
when he found that triple stun, Lion's health bar disappeared so quickly. I think he was down to his last 5th of health after 1 crush and 1 auto attack.
Yeah, it's
Maybe it was 2 auto attacks, but still, that's really not a lot of wiggle room.
20 minus armor in a 425 physical AoE bash, right? So Lion's gonna go down to like -12.
9 armor. Yeah.
It's not looking good.
It's like a 600 crush at that point.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of damage. Enchantress is the same thing too, right? Like, he just blink crushes Enchantress and she loses like 600 HP immediately.
Yeah, they both went relatively squishy builds. So,
yeah,
not a ton of health on those supports. Smoke from M80, maybe trying to catch him doing Tormentor.
Would be kind of nice, but they are set up on Hokori. Like, for the most part, they have such a huge XP and gold advantage right now. I think M80 is kind of just looking for a dream fight, hoping to find someone just completely alone, but this Pudge is always nearby, it seems.
Radiant are scanning.
Weaver about to have a Gleipnir. Will help a little bit. Ooh, Gardic going fishing top, almost finds the Shaker. Just barely doesn't connect. But the rest of the team is still hungry, trying to find him. Instead, we'll turn their attentions on over to the tier 1 tower, or the tier 2 top tower. This Monkey King is so farmed, dude. He almost has Eye of Scotty. He's almost level 25. And at that point, the outer ring should very much allow them to secure lanes and barracks.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He has such good tower damage, too. Roshan's banner is down. Oh, wait a minute. Are you actually just trading racks here? K1's gonna get this. They need to bring heroes back. Sacred, he's coming in. They get the chain stuns and goodbye. Just instantly deleted. Lasso topside also going to be committed as they actually find the Enchantress. Now, he's not trying to break the Wukong's command, but a nice stun in from El Misho. They find the Bat Rider. He's fallen low. The BKB TP out from Illich. They're looking to try and get out of this now. Ember Spirit stunned up for the moment. Lumpy, he has another enchant totem in one, but Dark Mago wants El Misho. Great stun at the best possible time. The Echo Slam is out. It doesn't really do what it needs to. Doom, however, thrown onto the Ember. Sacred comes in. Harpoon, stun out, holding this Doom in place, and that minus armor is just overwhelming. 4 heroes dead on M80. No Weaver for 40 more seconds.
That ain't looking good. I was thinking, you know, with this many melee heroes, the high ground could be tricky into the Echo, and maybe this is where M80 could find something, but
they just have so much dive potential. Like Dark Mago with the Blink Dagger allows him to get these long catch like slight into chains, and then it's just an easy setup for anybody else, right? Either the Hook or the Slardar or the Monkey King.
and the maneuver to go back to get the Weaver and then show back up. If Weaver could have survived, not be killed by the... I guess he got surprised by Slardar coming back, and that chain stun is what finished him. But if you could get out, TP home, and fight, you know, maybe you can take a numbers advantage.
Slardar's in pretty deep here. Does have the BKB at the ready, though. He's going to be... never mind. Hector. Able to get to safety. Does secure a really nice gold bounty on the Sacred, but this is Mega Creeps. Lumiere, Dark Mago, Genic, all here. I don't think you're slowing him down anytime soon. They're going to buy back on the Lion, but Lumiere, can they actually prevent him from getting off this Wukong? 30 seconds on this Aegis, though, is going to make it very difficult, and Hector trying to just play around the edge of this fight. Gets caught from the chains. The chase continues. They get the kill. Dead for 90 seconds. The Wukong zones out any potential help coming his way. That will be the Mega Creeps.
Yeah, I don't know how you fight without this Weaver.
He has Aegis in 10. He has a Refresher Orb as well in his back pocket. Like, Lumiere is so unbelievably farmed.
Dire's courier has been killed.
The net worth was close for a lot of this game, but it
really was.
Feels like Hokori was just so much more prepared to fight and run around and make these plays happen. Which some of it is the draft, right? Their heroes are better at it, but for example, I just never feel we ever saw M80 come together. Weaver was ready to participate. And it's it feels like they just finally just decide to end the game, you know? I don't know. Punch save again.
Ooh, he's trying his best with the Aeon Disc to try and buy himself some space. Genic, now with that save, he's gonna sacrifice himself just to make sure Lumiere gets out of this one. And yeah, the GG comes out. The damage is so beyond overwhelming. M80 have no chance of surviving this game.
Did it. I didn't know if he could do it, but he did it. A lot of hooks.
Never doubt.
But especially in the, especially in the end. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. It is game number 2 here of Hokori versus M80.
Prepare for
South American Closed Qualifier. Upper bracket. Time to see which of these teams moves on to the upper bracket finals.
Both teams come in bottom with most of their heroes. Both teams wanting to set up to deal with this Viper.
You have like the bonus night vision from Slark at level 1, which is really good. But they're not really playing near the Slark. So he's just kind of sitting in mid. He sees Sacred, Tiny across the river, right? But
30 seconds to battle.
that's like all he's getting. His team is kind of between them. Maybe they find the Templar Assassin or the Lich. Would be huge, but looks like they will not be able to connect on anything. I feel like M80 is definitely the team on a timer this game.
I would agree with that. The Viper is really good versus
The battle
a lot of these heroes.
Yeah, the break is
And-
also just generally really strong.
Yeah.
We'll see. M80, I feel like maybe like the ultra late, right? Probably outscale Hokori, but it's gonna be that like mid game team fighting. I feel like Hokori is gonna really excel at. Bottom lane, actually, like you said, you want to kind of tri lane into the Viper lane. El Misho just drops some cogs to try and slow this down. Dead shot is out. El Misho should be giving up first blood here, and it goes to Gardic on the Lich.
Does succeed in getting the equilibrium under tower, so as long as Viper doesn't die in the next 30 seconds, this is pretty good to make sure you get a strong start here.
He's coming bottom. They know the tri lane's gonna be here, so they're bringing everything. It is a Classico tri lane in the off lane here. Back to Dota in 2012.
Real quick, how do you feel about the one-on-one up here?
I mean, Slark is really struggling, but it's mostly because Sacred has spent a lot of resources building up these quill stacks. But Slark's innate makes it so that he just regens. Like, he doesn't actually care. So, it will eventually tilt heavily in favor of the Slark the longer this goes on. Especially once he has Pounce, right? And gets he has the leashing Pounce, so he just gets a free Essence shift when he connects on the Pounce.
Farm the power cogs. That's just so much money.
They are.
I think they got like 60 gold there.
Man, when was the last time we saw a true tri-lane v tri-lane?
I swear, anytime there's a Viper, you see it.
At least for the first, like, several minutes, right?
Yeah,
I feel like it's
yeah.
become the standard in a lot of the pro games.
Because everyone knows
tolerate a Viper.
if you've been Vipered, like, you just know this is how it goes. You can't let yourself get Vipered. So you must stop it with the tri-lane. Even though Viper didn't get killed himself, he's not as high level as he would like to be because he's splitting XP 3 ways.
Haven't really talked about mid lane at all, but this is looking quite good for Lumpy on the Monkey King, which is not super surprising. He has no real way of preventing Jingu. Monkey King, a much faster hero. Just keep hearing cogs die, right? Like every time he pops
So
cogs,
much
like
gold.
3 of them are dead.
It's not something you have to think about that often because tri-lanes are so rare, but usually versus 2 heroes, when you're using power cogs, you're trapping 1 guy, so it's not like they have the freedom to sit and farm, but in a tri-lane, even if you get 1 guy, the other 2, which there happens to be 3 ranged heroes down here, they're just like, oh, cogs, yeah, money. He's actually losing a lot of them.
Dude, somehow Sacred is absolutely crushing Hector in this 1v1. He went, did I see that right? Did he go double, Null Talisman on Sacred?
Yeah.
Dude, this is a sick build, man. Sacred is... Alright, this guy's
Cooking
next
up
level.
here.
Like I said, the only reason it was looking so good early is because he committed so much mana and regen to keep the Slark at bay, and then just goes double Null Talisman to just have infinite mana. This is so sick, actually. We're gonna see El Misho and Moose try and get some damage here onto Genic. Try and chase him down here with the battery assault, and that should be a kill going their way. To finally find an opening in this bottom lane. Dark Mago is gonna be forced out of mid now, though. So. Hector might just be dead. Oh! That was so close. El Misho will trap him here. He's gonna do a little bit of damage, but yeah, Slark lives. He'll be able to regen a decent amount.
The thing is, he did get buffed, but it's still... I know 10 HP a second is usually a lot, but as the carry, you have to be out of the lane for so long, and now he's in some serious trouble. That's his pounce. Misho's got to save. Oh, wrong side of the cogs. I think
He's dead. Dude, I cannot believe this build from Sacred. This is so unbelievably, like, smart. I don't think I've ever seen someone do this before. Wow.
Yeah.
Hokori
it's
is
really cool
crushing
too.
these lanes.
It's really cool too because you know a lot of tri-lanes don't happen. So this is just something you have to theory craft on the fly. You know, like, I think I win if I have mana. I'll just do 2 null talismans.
He bought like a bunch of mangoes early too. He had like 2 or 3 mangoes early, some clarities, double null tally, and he's just keeping the Slark at bay. Absolutely like giga brain idea from Sacred here. In the river, we're going to see Genic in a little bit of trouble. Trying to finish the kill onto Moose first, which will work, and the calling actually slowing up the Viper enough for him to get away, and the dead shot will make space for Gardic. Now mid lane, El Misho, he's got his eyes set on Dark Mago here as Lumpy gets his Jingu stack procs, and they will find themselves another kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, we're reaching the point where the mids are going to start participating a little bit more. And we've run into this interesting dynamic, which is that because it was a tri-lane, the supports are really under-leveled. And I kind of think Monkey King can just... Oh, gets his tree cut, actually. Oh, wait, no,
really
he didn't.
nice
He got
toss. Genic is here. Gets a nice spear back, and the Monkey King trying his best to make it out of here. Boundless Strike comes in. Do they have the damage? They do. El Misho finishes off the second kill there. Both supports dead on the side of Hokori, but they get a nice kill onto the Monkey King and keep Dark Mago alive, which is the big one. Well, they're going for the Wisdom Rune, but Sacred's already there.
Heads up TP back to secure that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Slark should be fine now in the lane since he is level 6. And here's the thing. He's really not that far behind Sacred at the end of the day, right? If you look at the net worth, it's totally doable. I think the main thing is the fact that Sacred is winning in this matchup. And that is just, again, really good play from his part, really good itemization, and gets him on a path to have a pretty good time to Aghanim Scepter.
I agree with that.
Here, really nice wraparound once again from El Misho. He is constantly hunting. Kill will be given on over to the Monkey King. All right. Monkey King is having an amazing game, but the Templar Assassin is free farming at this point.
Yeah, and this is where we have to look to Lumpy to be able to make plays and make stuff happen. He did win his mid lane, so Tiny's blink is going to be extremely delayed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They really want Gardic here. He's looping all the way around. Avalanche toss will send Moose into 3.
I don't know if you want to go in on
here.
this.
This is scary. That's a lot of damage negation thanks to Gardic, and yeah, Monkey King, he's gonna die for this. Hokori get themselves a double kill for the Templar Assassin. She'll clean up the stack for fun as well. So Lumiere is pulling very far ahead now. The Templar Assassin, Sacred topside. This should be the kill. Viper Strike is out, the pounce in from the Slark. They finally punish him. And that needs to happen several more times for the side of M80.
Yeah, it's a great kill to get on the Bristle, but I am worried. I guess they just feel the pressure to make something happen, but dying, at least the Tiny did not get the kill. Oh, they were so ready for this Twin Gate coming back. Although I think Lumiere might die to the poison.
6 poison stacks. That is going to be so close, but he lives. Moose finishes off Gardic on the backside, so.
I mean, if he wasn't so rich, this Dragon Lance wouldn't be done already, and then that would have been a kill.
True. That's true. All right. Dark Mago looking quite good in the mid lane now after a few kills. He is pretty even on net worth. Double Null Talisman Bristleback coming to your pubs.
It only works in the one-on-ones, though. Well, maybe not, but...
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under
Genic,
attack.
more stacking of the triangle. Just going to try and get this, I'm assuming, to the Bristleback. Your Templar Assassin could take some of the stacks, but you really want your Bristleback Axe online soon. Dark Mago in some trouble. Has a Haste Rune. Will allow him to get to safety here. And now, maybe thinking of chasing down El Misho, the downtown strike toss comes to secure the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, here comes Sacred. He's going to clean up a lot of stacks here. This should be not the full Ags, but he'll be about 600 away.
Radiant's bottom tower
The supports need this. They're pretty underleveled.
Okay, a little bit more than that away, but
NA math.
definitely thought those camps are going to be worth more, but maybe the calling got some of them? I don't know. Lumiere bottom lane in some trouble, gonna get found. Nice rotation in from Lumpy, but they see the response coming. Dark Mago will just toss moves to his death as Lumpy will hide into the trees. And actually see him. He's baiting. They know there's no way this guy's playing like this without the backup. So
Honestly, it was just the Slark, so I'm not actually sure. I think if they had bit, it would have worked out.
yeah. I mean, Slark is farmed, man. He's got the defusal. He's level 10.
It's true.
It's not bad. Obviously, you can lull about the lane as long as you want, but the fact that he is top of his team in net worth, third, just barely behind this Bristleback, who just cleared a massive amount of stacks, mind you, is impressive.
I do wonder, though, now. K1 is known as a heavy farming player. We have seen him get active in the right games. But some players, like, no matter what happens, they'll be active. Some players, no matter what, will be farming. I would definitely put K1 in the farming side. So I want to see where his head's at this game. Like, is he actually fighting with his defusal? Kind of feel like he should, tactically in the right times, but maybe he's just going to keep farming up.
I mean, Slark is probably the best hero in this game. Like, there's not really a good counter from Hokori to Slark in the late game. So if he manages to just out-farm everybody, I think M80 can win off of the back of K1 Slark. But a lot of it is going to come down to how farmed the rest of his team is. And to be honest, they're kind of okay. If they can fight around like some big item timings here in the next 10 minutes, I feel like M80 is in a really good spot right now.
Radiant are scanning.
I thought this blink would get delayed a lot, but they managed to find enough kills. Sure, it could have been faster, but considering it was against a Monkey King, I feel like ending up with a 14-minute blink dagger on the Tiny. He bought a TP. Never mind. 14 and 30 seconds. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
And they seem content to play slow until this blink is finished.
Sacred once again ready to take that Wisdom Rune. He takes everything. Aghanim Scepter is up. He'll be going for that shard as soon as he possibly can. But we're in a way more farm-oriented game here, right? Based on the drafts at this point. You've got the Blink Dragonlance on the TA. She could look to get active with the Bristleback Ags. About 1,600 gold away from the Desolator.
I think they probably will look to fight a little bit with this Blink on the Tiny. If you win a fight, your lineup can do Roche really early.
They are smoking topside.
This is red, though. There's an
Flare.
immediate retreat.
Yeah, I mean, the Flare sees both Lumiere and Sacred, right? It's like, why would you have both these heroes here? Unless you're trying to fight. Yeah, really good TPs to the bottom side. They want nothing to do with this. They will just continue
Dire's top
farming.
tower is under attack.
I think Slark would much rather be on the bottom side of the map right now, but maybe he's the one who can safely be top. El Micho tossed back into the mid lane. A really good find there from Dark Mago.
I think Clockwork would also have preferred to be in the bottom half of the map right about now.
Dire's middle tower is under
True,
attack.
true.
I didn't even see him to get that toss back. Maybe from the creeps?
Yeah, maybe just a...
Oh, there's
placed
an
that
observer
board.
in the
Yeah,
mid
they
lane.
placed
Yeah,
the
I didn't see that
optimal
one.
side. We'll see.
All right, well, that toss back is going to secure the mid tower for them. First for them.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It's always really scary when TA starts sieging because she just puts traps like all over. And if you don't have like sentries already in place, you just lose any sort of initiation.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
it's
is
tough.
under
It's actually
attack.
something really nice about TA versus Slark because Slark has the vision advantage usually to find wards, but traps are trickier to get.
Clark does manage to get the Shadow Dance off, and he's okay. The break onto the Bristleback, saved for the moment thanks to that Ice Shield, but it's not enough. Wukong's command comes out from Lunky, trying to just take down Gardic. They get the kill. A quick 2-0 for the side of M80. As they clean up a D-Ward, and Slark, he's happy to continue chasing Genic. Will pop the Pierce the Veil. Ooh, toss sends the Monkey King in deep. Gets caught from the Atos, trying to finish the job, but the saves from this Pugna are there. Now Hector needs to be a little bit careful. Dodging back the other way, blink up from Lumiere. A nice toss, they finish him off. Dark Mago will pay for it with his life.
Is under attack.
Getting the Slark kill helped to save that a little bit, but still a pretty big win for M80 there. The break, like Viper's been struggling for a little bit here, but the break is just going to be so good for so long until these BKBs come out.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, and
tower
you have a Deso done on Lumiere, so this will very much help, like, just burst down heroes. And if the Pugna's fingers aren't quick enough, you know, that single Blink Mel Strike might be enough to secure a kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I was gonna say they could bring the Viper through the gate bottom and look to put pressure on this Bristleback, and it seems that's not what they're gonna do. Now he's gonna retreat further into the jungle, but they could smoke, look for an opening.
Play around this ward they have.
Yeah, just be patient, it seems.
Seems Hokori is content to not go in that area though.
Nice swamp. Monkey King is now top. Not too worried at the moment. Very close game now. 13-10, almost no gold advantage at all. The Slark making his way towards his Aghanim Scepter, about 1,500, 1,600 gold away. As Lumiere is just going to go all damage, just queues up Chrysalis. Deciding BKB will not help him, just damage. Moves silenced up from the Shard from Lumiere. The Meld Strike is so much damage. He is so good at playing around that Shard timing.
Been sitting bottom waiting to see if someone would show up. I feel like that should have let them know that if no one's here, they're doing something somewhere else, and maybe back off a little bit more top. But maybe getting caught off guard by that quick shard, like you said.
He goes off the mark with the headshot, but I don't think they're going to have too much trouble finishing the kill.
Dire are scanning.
Like how Viper is just like farming. He's just realizing he doesn't have much that he can do at the moment, so he's got a Hurricane Pike, going for a Yasha. See what he ends up doing with this later on. I'm assuming it's just going to be Sanj and Yasha instead of Manta.
Probably, though. Maybe if he wants to deal with the silence.
Alright, they don't have damage. Pugna being there makes it too difficult.
See a smoke from Viper Clockwork. They can kill anyone they find if it's just an individual hero. But Moritz and Tiny are actually coming from behind. Oh, and this is Scout. They had awards.
Yeah. I mean, you could just go for the
maybe
Tiny.
you can get the Tiny.
Probably. Yeah, El Misho pulls him on in. Viper Strike is now there.
Didn't have any protection?
2 sentries here. So they see him. And now the disengage as Hokori will cut their losses. Very nice kill. Yeah, they just happen to have 2 sentries, like perfectly placed. He has nowhere to go.
I thought that was about to be the luckiest rune to have ever, but yeah, I guess bad place to have it.
Did Lumiere just solo Tormentor? Yeah, he did. So Gardic gets the shard. That's a big one. Ice Spire is like such an essential part of Lich's kit, and you never want to have to buy it because you very much need other items. So huge boost for the side of Hokori. We'll see what M80 are going to get here. Both shards are very good. I think you'd rather have Albish goes. And it goes to the Pugna, so what can you do?
It's another shard that's not so great.
It's so ridiculous that you can just Glimmer Cape yourself instead of taking damage when you life drain.
The way it changed was very important, because it used to, I think life drain still works based when you're healing teammates. It works on how much you lose.
Yes.
So when Glimmer used to give you magic resistance, it was just reducing how much you would heal your allies. But since it's a barrier, it just eats up the barrier, and you still heal the full amount. Or whatever your base magic resistance is. I think that's how it works now.
I thought it just healed the exact amount it does. But yeah, maybe that sounds way more balanced, what you're describing.
50 million things change in Dota every patch. You know, maybe it did get moved around.
Oops, Smoke gets popped mid lane. Uh-oh! Ooh, off the mark with the Boundless Strike, and the Silence actually catches Lumpy. He's forced to BKB. The break does catch the Bristle, but no one's here to finish the job. They do finally get him. The Boundless Strike out from the Monkey King. A little bit of a chaotic entry into this fight, but BKB spent will secure the kill onto the Bristleback. Now it's time to disengage. I say that as Moose does not get the memo. Maybe he got a D-ward, I don't know.
See El Misho. Ice Spire.
Forces the cogs out. Well, that doesn't work.
He's out of there. Slog's actually going to grab mid tower too while that's happening. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Well, if he gets away, which turns out he's still in here.
Nice play from Dark Mago. Sets up a kill here for Lumiere on the TA. And with Roshan being on Radiant's side, this should just be Rosh.
Sacred's TP'd in.
This should be so fast.
That's another case where the shard for Clockwork would have got him out of there. Jetpack, you just fly off the edge of the map. He's just looking at Pugna right now. He's like, why did you have to have it?
I kind of like this. Giving the Aegis to the Bristleback. He is like the priority for M80 in these fights. Over the TA, right? He's the one who runs in. He's going to have BKB. And if they actually just commit the Viper Strike on his first life, it might actually give Hokori something to play around when he respawns.
Dire are scanning.
Slark is so farmed, dude. I don't know. It's getting scarier and scarier by the minute with this guy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The longer this goes on, it's starting to look a little bit better for M80. But this is a TA with the bristleback, so if you slip up, you lose a fight. I mean, it could just be your whole base gone so quickly.
Yeah.
So they're still a little bit in the danger zone. At least they have all their tier 2s, though, so it's not like they can lose everything in one go. So they just got to keep this pace going for a bit longer.
Moo's just following his cores around the map. Hello, master. I'm here to give you mana.
I see you're missing 10 health. Please allow me.
Would you mind if I took some health from that creep really quick?
Absolutely not. Get away. You take the core players in the pub, they ping you to run over to heal them, and then as they farm, they ping you like, why you take my XP? Get out of here. You're like, I came to heal you. Try to step away, they're like, I used a spell, come back and heal me. What do I do?
Just get pinged constantly, that's all you can do.
They're all healthy, but I don't think you really want to fight into the Aegis. You might just be waiting this out.
I think you have to. The Aegis is very problematic for the side of M80. You either get like a free pick, which is not looking very good. That bounce on the Chain Frost going to the cart is very unfortunate for the side of Hokori, but Genic will survive for now. The Viper Strike, but they do pull back into Slark. He's going to be forced to BKB, and now Lumiere is going to start dumping in the damage. The Melch almost takes down Moose. They had no idea. He's trying to hobble away, but Sacred unable to chase. 1-for-1.
Might be willing to fight. Not only do they have Aegis, but the Viper Strike got used, and that's the main way this Bristle dies.
Yeah, and you got BKBs. Lucky. All right, he just drops Wukong's. Sacred's got a yeah, it walks away. Ice Shield's pretty good.
Right now, Wukong's down. Do we feel even better about fighting? Or it looks like they're backing up some item timings they want to finish.
Lumiere is so far now, too. Has the BKB done on his way to a Daedalus. I think you want to play top. Dark Mago is trying to find somebody here. He didn't quite get vision of them, but
that's crazy. He stumbled right into them and didn't know.
All right, fortification for the tier 2 top side. Gonna slow down this push a little bit, but pounce in. Slark wants to get aggressive. Avalanche making some space. He's gonna immediately pop the Shadow Dance and the BKB. Sacred again surviving thanks to the Frost Shield, and now Hector's going real deep. Needs to be very careful. Death Shroud buying him even more time.
Get out.
But there's the toss. He gets the kill. Bristleback still alive, but that Aegis will expire, and now this fight looking a little bit scary. Wukong command out now from Lumpy. Sacred has his BKB, trying to get aggressive. They chase down for Dark Mago. El Misho holding him in place with battery assaults. They get the kill. Lumpy with BKB now looking for Lumiere, but he's gonna stand his ground. His own BKB is available, and Lumpy, you're not as farmed, my friend. 3v1. They get the kills, and Hokori are back online.
He just committed too hard on this Slark. They jumped the Bristle. That's kind of fine because you're just stealing some initial stacks. But he jumps for the Lich. That's his second jump. He uses his ult on the first time, the Depth Shroud on the next one. He just threw everything and then couldn't get out in time. I think you gotta just leave the Lich. Like, I know he wants the kill, but he's got to get out. Just be happy that he stole a bunch of stacks. And once he has the jumps again, he can go back in.
We'll see what happens going forward because now Lich also has a Blink Dagger. So if Slark tries to make these types of plays, it's very possible he's able to Blink dodge this.
Or you catch the spark. Blink Sinister Gaze is instant.
We did see the Depth Shroud make an impact exactly like you said, right? He Depth Shroud completely ends the Chain Frost ultimate. How long does Depth Shroud last? Like 4 seconds? 3 seconds?
3 seconds. I think it used to be more. It also used to be like a 40-second cooldown or something, didn't it?
Yeah, it was super broken for a long time.
Well, it's still a pretty even game, but Slark as a hero, like he is such a snowball hero because you steal the essence shift stacks and then it just makes you stronger later. And that's kind of why I feel like they didn't need to win that fight right there. You just need to get the stacks and then you can take another fight, but this time you've already got 20 stacks and that you're way stronger. So he's still only at 3 permanent agi stacks and he has to start every fight by gaining some stacks. But at any point you do successfully do that, you can take over the map for a while. This is where the traps comes in, though. Can finish that thought. The traps, you just place so many that even if Slark tries to figure them out, until he eventually picks up a gem, which I think you're pretty close to being able to hand him one. I think if he hadn't committed so hard, it's pretty tough to kill him. He can start clearing out the traps. But if the traps are up and they don't have a gem, it is what will let you catch a glimpse of the Slark, know where he's going.
Alright. In comes the smoke from Hokori. We're going to sit behind their Bristleback in mid. And that being said, Templar Assassin is nowhere nearby, so they're just looking for a quick kill. And then backing away here as the 30-minute power rune spawns. It's going to be a bottled Arcane for Dark Mago as he pops the haste rune, looking to find a kill. Who's it going to be? His eyes set on the Viper, gets the toss out at the last possible second. And Viper double force that to safety, but
needs to get his break
out of this one. The silence
Where is he?
catches Clark. Is he actually going to survive this? There's no way. The Chain Frost is doing too much. The Depth Shroud buying a moment of space, but it's not enough. And now Hector getting chased up onto his high ground. Sacred on the Bristleback, here to collect on what happened earlier.
I guess they didn't think that was going to go so well because other people didn't TP in. Monkey King, I guess. He didn't join in. I feel like if he did, maybe that fight works out, but I guess he didn't think the Viper was going to live. Unfortunately, that means everyone's alive in front of your base.
They're diving the tier 4s for the Slark.
Uh-oh. That was not supposed to happen to Slark.
Is that just a Dark Mago find? I feel like it has to be. Who else would have done it?
Yeah, he jumped in and tossed him back, but I don't know why he didn't expect that. He could see Dark Mago was there.
He didn't have like BKB or anything, right? Like that's all on cooldown from the previous fight, so.
Did I miss something? Was he... I'm pretty sure they were all just hitting the tower.
I think it's just Dark Mago, tiny bro. Gardic. He's gonna waste your time, gets the Chain Frost off. Lumpy don't find the kill, but they're gonna chase down the Bristleback in mid. His BKB spent, gets a little bit of space, has a Manta style, which is sick. Lumpy forced to BKB, uses that Boundless Strike to gain some distance, and he will survive.
Yeah, Lumiere's got so many hats now. I like one nice thing about hats as a caster. Sometimes you miss who's picking up a kills and it kind of slips by and suddenly you realize, oh, this guy's 7-0 and 8. But now with the hats, really, it really calls it to attention.
You're like, yeah, this is the guy getting all the kills.
This is the guy. And that's also how I know that M80 is struggling. They don't have nearly as many hats. Look at this.
I can't wait until we see a Meepo, like pop Mega Meepo, and have like 10 hats on him, and they're just off the screen.
I think I saw on Reddit someone posted it, just a super tall Meepo with the hats to the sky.
Yeah. There needs to be a trench coat cosmetic for him.
That would be pretty good.
Or you just change the axe where like it always just puts him in a trench coat.
Ooh, that would be better. Everyone deserves that trench coat.
Yeah. All right. Gem is picked up on Hector, like you said. He was very close to being able to grab this. It's online now as he has the Silver Edge queued up. Makes sense, right? He'll need it this game for sure. But you're now 7,000 ahead on Hokori. And if you're M80, I feel like you actually just have to stall this game for so long now.
Yeah, I felt like they were close to being able to take control of it, but it's been some really messy fights from them. Maybe it's better to say Tiny has just been finding a lot of tosses.
2 seconds, 1 second. Roche, are they going to stay inside? Oh, wait, they have TA. God, I forget this hero's innate exist. I was like, man, they're doing a really good job at rotating here. Just a very convenient time.
Forget all the time.
That's just Templar Assassin. Lich, however, running the distraction campaign on the backside. They do force the Shadow Dance out. Trading the Lich for Roshan number 2. I think you're pretty okay with that one. Slovak has a freaking nullifier. Uh-oh. He's in trouble. Pops a Manta. Trying to do what damage he can. Does have a BKB at the ready. Lumpy going to be forced to initiate with his own. Trying to continue this chase onto Dark Mago. He's going to make it out for now. And Lumiere actually jumps in super aggressive. Will help be able to finish off one hero. But Lumpy wants more. Boundless Strike is out. Jumps away. A game of cat and mouse here as they try to just poke and prod their way through this team, but they will not find it.
Just too many hats. They're intimidated. They're not ready to go further.
Moose crushed that fight, by the way. He saved Illich twice.
So we mentioned Pugna does not have the greatest combos with his teammates, but the saves are very good this game versus this amount of physical damage.
Dude, Lumiere is in such a deep spot. Yeah. They are too afraid to fight him, though. He's got the Aegis. They don't know where the rest of the team is. Slark will be kind of a walking ward for the moment. Dude! Oh my goodness!
Freaking
This die trap! I mean, Lumiere is insane, dude. What?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I feel like you could see that coming. I know we have the full vision, but they were tracking him, and he really just needed to pounce preemptively, especially once the first Dark Pact got used and they knew it. He should have just double pounced out of there.
He just two-shot the hero.
I mean, I guess he didn't expect that to happen for sure.
Yeah. And
that
then,
was
of course,
Daedalus,
the Avalanche, yeah.
Daedalus Meld Strike crit.
Plus the Quiver. Like, literally, all the burst damage you can possibly ask for connects, and without buyback, for 30 more seconds, they clean up a full lane of barracks.
Unfortunately, that mistake is extremely costly. They didn't even really need to fight to break another set of barracks. Still got 10 seconds without Slark.
That is such an insane play from Lumiere. Again, like I said, why it's very scary to give this guy Templar Assassin. We're going to see the fight break out, though. Wukong's command is there. They're chasing down the Tiny, but the BKBs and the Force Staff's going to get them all to safety. And M80, they stop the push. They don't go down to Mega Creeps, but you are now 14,000 gold behind. And Hokori are going to have a whole new set of items coming out here fairly soon.
Even with the Scotty, he was able to get out thanks to those 4 staffs. I think they were hoping he'd be too slow to get out of that Monkey King ult. There's still a minute and 15 seconds on Aegis.
They got a lot done. Ooh, Genic gonna find El Misho. In comes the Ice Spire Chain Frost, and he's gonna survive
Lumiere's
the
coming
moment.
for another hat.
Tries to TP, but no, not gonna make it.
Didn't make it in time.
Radiant structures.
Lumpy is cutting the wave. Does it matter though? You have creeps mid and bottom. I don't know.
Yeah, you can just tank this
Mongo
tower with the
boots
bristle
now.
back. There's no more tower to tank.
Okay, one's gonna go in. Try to just steal some stacks here. That is Shadow Dance down. Fairly low cooldown now that it's, you know, level 3.
Dire's middle tower is under
Oh, they just guessed the
Warrior
toss!
missed micro.
Dark Mago! No way! Lumpy thrown on in. Underneath the Shadow Dance for now, keeping himself alive, but the BKBs will buy them plenty of space to disengage. Now Lumpy's in way too far. Picked up El Misho. Falls on the high ground as well, and Hokori seemed to have done it. Too dead without buyback. Mega Creep's about to be secured. A toss back. He gets the big one. K1 goes down. And Hokori, a beautiful performance here in this series. Secure themselves that upper bracket finals with a 2-0 over M80.
Oh, the hats. Excellent. Gotta say, that was a really good call from Dark Mago at the end there. There was some courier...